Well, I'm here with Arleigh Jorgenson, and Arleigh, you've been involved with the Beargrease for a number of years. Can you just kind of talk about the history briefly, your experience with the race from beginning, how it's changed?
Well, it began as an idea. There was a number of mushers in the Grand Marais area that were mushing very different kinds of races. Tim White had run the Iditarod in the first year of it. John Patton was one who was very Iditarod oriented. Some other of us had run sprint races, part of the North Star Sled Dogs Club. That was me. That's how I started with Mabel Hill, and my heroes were Roland Lombard and George Atla, who were the veterinarian from Massachusetts against the Athabascan Indian from Huslia, who has his own history, had TB as a, TB where he has his leg fused and had to be flown out of his village for a while, and kind of found his identity as a dog musher and became just this guru of the sport where he knew things intuitively, and then that was part of my experience. But in Grand Marais, I got intrigued by the mushing that was going on in Canada. And I went up there and I was inspired by some of the trappers that I raced against, and the things they could do with their dogs. And it was awakening that what we thought we were doing pretty well, we were total novices and beginners, and so, but it was inspiring because we wanted to do that too. And just the things that we saw and learned were that it isn't so much getting those dogs to understand you. That isn't the most important thing. The most important thing is that we understand them. Mm-hmm. If we look at what their experience is, what's going on in their mind as they're doing this, and then we start to address them with that in mind, it's amazing what they will do for us. Mm-hmm. And with us. Because it's not just a sense of obedience or a sense of loyalty. It's a sense of compassion that goes both ways. Mm-hmm. There's a love that comes to us from these dogs. They want to do what we want them to do. But our trouble is, we speak like human beings, expect them to understand human language.
Sure.
And so sometimes we'll be telling them to do something that they don't understand. I mean, mm-hmm. I got stories after story where when I finally saw what they saw, it just changed everything. I mean, here's an example. I'll give a quick story that wasn't at there. But I had this dog Mohawk. Am I doing okay?
You're doing great.
Okay. I'm in the Northwest Territories of Canada, and we're running a trip with some clients that are riding with us, tourists. And we had a long rest. Everything's nice, a nice bonfire. And they're not tired like these dogs are at all. We hook them up, and I'm going 8 miles down this lake. Everything is white all around because there's no trees there. But there's a big rock, a big bluff, and I'm going to go around that to the left. So it's pretty easy to tell where I'm going, right to that rock. So I try to get my leader, Mohawk, to go towards the rock. And he's doing this, and the team is just sort of lollygagging, no pace, no zip, nothing. And finally I just stopped because I was trying to get him to understand what I was saying.
Right.
And I stopped and I said, wait a minute, what's he looking at? And what I saw was he was looking at the windblown drifts, and he was looking for the slots of where the wind had blown the snow off of the ice, and so the going was really good there.
Okay.
So he was looking for those, and he wasn't looking at that bluff. And I was kind of sort of giving him commands that were counter that, irrelevant to that. And when I saw that, I started to command him, started to work with him. Hey, there's a good one. Take that, G. Oh, right over there's a good one. Jump over, and that team just took right off.
That's neat. That's neat. So it really is about the relationship.
It's about the relationship, but it's not just them understanding you. There's so much of that. Oh, gee, oh, all that stuff. They know that in an instant. what they need to know is that you know what they're experiencing.
It's just like raising kids and
Not too
teaching.
different.
Yeah.
Or teaching second grade.
Hey, thank you.